Thanks for joining me again, action figure fans. This is going to be another action figure review, and this is the second part of my Marvel Universe comic packs review of Deadpool and Taskmaster. And before I start to talk about the figure, I just want to show you the packaging a little bit, show you what the packaging looks like here. So here I have it's a Marvel Universe Greatest Battles comic pack, and there's a picture of Deadpool and Taskmaster. Oh yeah, and if you want the exclusive Archangel action figure, you gotta pay $60 for a Marvel Comics Unlimited digital subscription, plus also you have to pay the shipping on the figure. I thought this was actually going to be a mail-away figure, and I got kind of excited and made me think about, I don't know, picking up a few more of these comic packs. But now I probably won't, because I don't want to buy a bunch of comic books that I'm not going to end up reading. I'll give you a little picture of the little view of the back here. It's got a nice picture of the comic book that comes in the comic pack, Cable and Deadpool. The issue is about Deadpool breaking Taskmaster out so that he can fight him and see if he still has his edge, his fighting edge. Other comic packs in the wave, I definitely want to pick this one up, Wolverine and Silver Samurai. I just love that early Wolverine costume, sort of stealth suit costume that he wore in the very first few issues of Wolverine, the classic Wolverine series. So, and then the Silver Samurai is just neat. I love samurais, and I love ninjas, but I also love samurais, and I'd definitely like to have a few samurai figures, and he's a good one to have. One I will not be picking up is this worthless, in my opinion, comic pack here. I have no desire for either of those figures. Spider-Man and Sentry, I think, is his name. And actually, I think the Sentry is a repack from another comic pack. I could be wrong. Notice in the photograph here that Deadpool is holding two of these guns, and these guns actually go to the Taskmaster. I'll show you in a minute what they look like. They kind of look like Han Solo blasters to me, in a way. And I know they're actually based on a real gun, and I just can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. But anyhow, it fits in the holster on the Taskmaster's leg that I'll show you in a minute, or off of his belt. And Deadpool does come with a gun, but it's just his little sidearm that he wears. Cool action pose there from Deadpool and Taskmaster. Alright, on to the figure. So, this is a really cool figure. I really like any toy that has a skull face, first of all, whether it's you know, a Marvel figure or a G.I. Joe or a Pirates of the Caribbean, or even that Indiana Jones, that graveyard guy that had the skull mask. I thought was a really cool figure. So that number one sells me on a figure right off the bat if it has a skull face, and the Taskmaster does. And he comes with some cool accessories here. He comes with a sword, a shield, and there is actually on his belt a sheath that you can put the sword in, which is always great, always cool. I like his belt. He's got neat ammo pouches. And then right here is that gun that I was telling you about, and it's kind of flimsy and fragile. And one of the things about it that I thought was interesting is that in the picture they show two, but you only get one in the package, which that's Hasbro for you, showing you something and not giving it to you. And he comes with a bow, which I managed to sort of just rig into the strap that comes with his quiver. There's no string on the bow, but obviously, you know, it would break really easily. Unlike the bow that comes with Spirit from the Pursuit of Cobra line or Shadow Tracker, there's really no way to string this bow up, so I guess you just have to pretend that it has a string on it. This is not my favorite accessory. The shield is pretty cool. I'm going to put Taskmaster down for a minute here. I guess this is his logo, and it comes with a little clip, kind of like with these new Captain America figures that are coming out. Some of them have. I would rather have had the double strap deal that the Super Combat Captain America figure comes with, but it's not to be on this one. It does clip on, but it falls off rather easily. And he comes with a really kind of nicely detailed quiver. but unfortunately they didn't really paint any of the details on it. All those arrows up there, you can tell they're just molded on. It would have been cool if they would have painted it. I might have to do a little bit of custom work on there. And nice detail on the face. However, if you see this and you're going to buy this comic pack, which I do recommend it, it's a great comic pack, be careful of the paint. Check it out, give it a nice good look, because there are some errors in the paint. And unfortunately I had to take this one because this was the only one that was offered to me, but and I don't know how well you can see. Let me turn my other light on here. The paint here on the cape is kind of, you know, it's not applied very well. And then there was a big yellow glob on the Taskmaster's eye, which I scraped off, and now I have to go back in and repaint it. Let me turn my other light on here. So anyhow, just check the paint out. And my Deadpool actually did have a little white blotch on his mask, but it scraped off pretty nicely. So articulation, he has a ball jointed head, which is limited in movement by this rubber cape. He has ball hinged shoulder, which is also limited by the cape. Ball hinged, no, just swivel hinge there, and a swivel from here arm. This arm is the same. There's also a upper swivel here where there wouldn't be one here because it's not a ball joint. Now that's your standard Marvel Universe figure build. He does have a hinged chest, which actually has some pretty good range of motion. Again, slightly hindered by the heavy rubber cape. And ball hinged legs, or ball hinged hips, double jointed knees, and hinged ankle articulation. It's not really a ball hinge, it's just a hinge, and a rather ugly hinge. I don't know why they put these ugly hinges on there when Hasbro has done so much better in other lines. Okay, now that's pretty much it for this review, except, oh, and his sword's pretty cool. I like his sword. The only thing that I would say is that this figure is very top heavy, and the legs are kind of they're kind of weak. The joints aren't very tight on them and everything. They're not super loose, but they're not super tight. So he doesn't really balance very well. So as you can see, I'm trying to pose him and he's falling over one way or another. That's all because of that cape. So get yourself a spare stand. If you're a Clone Wars or Saga Legends collector, you should have a lot of these. Also, if you collected Rise of Cobra, you should have plenty of stands lying around. And even then, he falls back. So that's the one gripe that I have. You can get him in a pose where he'll kind of stand up straight. There you go. Alright, well that's going to do it, folks. So, you know, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment, like the video, and stay tuned for more. Until then, bye-bye.